Dude, you're making $1,200 online. Do you realize how amazing that is? And here's the beautiful thing: when it rains, it pours. And by the way, that also applies negatively and positively in life. And the point here is, this is usually how business works. And this is what I can tell you now, coming up to 10 years since I started my first side hustle and getting to a point where I have a conglomerate of businesses and over 150 employees. The way it works is usually something like this. It goes like this, then you flatline for the longest time. And right as you're thinking like, am I just gonna be stuck here forever? It shoots up, and then you flatline, it shoots up. And by the way, within these points, you have little down moments and stuff like that. But the point is, there's a lot of flatlining. There's a lot of you getting to a new level in life and then really cementing it, really setting that foundation. So I wanted to make this clear, and I wanted to make this one of the other components, just so that way your expectations are clear, they're in the right place, and so you don't quit before you even properly try. Now, the last component to making $10,000 a month, and it's kind of like if you're running a marathon. I would much rather tell people that, hey, on mile 18, that's really gonna be the tough mile. That's really where things are gonna get rough, because at least when you face something, if you have context beforehand, it makes it a little easier and you feel less alone. So I want to give you guys context not only for how to get to 10K, but what happens once you hit 10K. You see, the third component is not just getting there, it's staying there. You see, making $10,000 a month, and once again, I'm really trying my best not to be insensitive here. I get it, I have done it, I've witnessed thousands of people do it, even in my close proximity. So I know that for me, it may seem easier than for you guys. For some of you guys, you may be looking at this and going, okay, well, it's easy for you to say, but trust me, you'll understand in due time. Making $10,000 a month is the easy part. Continuing to make $10,000 a month, that's where it gets difficult, and also keeping that money and then multiplying it, growing your wealth over time. And rather than acting like some new money idiots, learn from old money. Even in my situation, even though I am new money, I knew from day one that I would make it, but I always promised myself that I would study old money to understand how to actually keep it and multiply my wealth. So the third component of making $10,000 a month is understanding that once you get there, you're not done. That is actually simply just the beginning. Now it is time to cement your place, have that as a baseline. And the crazy thing is, we all have financial baselines. You know, for me, I remember when my baseline was $1,000 a month. And this is around 6 years ago. I was still in school at this point. And that doesn't mean what you're trying to make, what you're aiming to make. It just means if you go below that point, it will keep you up. You're like, this, it doesn't match your identity. You're like, this isn't me. And I remember when I went from $1,000 and then went to $5,000 and then went to $10,000. And listen, since then, I've been very blessed to have an amazing career, and it's gone up to $100,000 a month, and now $1 million a month. And you know, God willing, at some point it'll be a few $1 million a month, and that'll be my absolute baseline. I can't even conceive a reality where it's less than that. So the point I'm trying to make is, once you get to 10K a month, it's more than about making it an identity. It's more than about making that as your baseline. As I said, your financial identity is not where you're aiming for. It's where anything below that, and you would just feel off. You would be like, this isn't me. I'm better than this. So number one is get to 10K a month. And once you get there, make it your financial identity. And once that is solid and that's locked in, then you can keep working your way up the ranks. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has been useful to you. And as always, I'm watching you from afar, and I'm rooting for you.